I'm going to give it a few seconds. I'll redo that here in a uno momento. But how are we doing, everybody? How are we doing? How are we doing? Hopefully we'll start having some people piling here for the game tonight. As you see in the title, because this will be going up on YouTube. As you see in the title, it is Kansas City Kings versus our very own Boston Lobbies tonight. It is the battle of the mid-pack of current. We have I believe, a three-man top, three-man. Let me look at the standings because I have a feeling it's three teams battling for the number 2 spot. It is so. Current standings, as they go from 1 to 8, is your Knoxville Rage, which is my team. And then the St. Louis Night Stalkers, which is Inspire and Co. Kansas City Kings, which is Fly and Company, who you will see tonight. Boston Lobbies, which is Exile and Company. Montreal Red Dragons, Washington, and Lexington. The only reason I don't say any of theirs is because I don't know who the GMs are for each of those teams. I only know those 5. But yeah, it is a battle of number 2 versus number 4, or number 5, excuse me. As it is Kansas City, who up till last week, if I look at the power rankings, I believe was. So yeah, Kansas City is powered ranked at number 2, right underneath us. And then your boys out in Boston are at number 5. So it is going to be an interesting match tonight as these two teams go at it. A little bit of tidbit for you guys stat-wise. Kansas City is going against the undefeated Search and Destroy team in Boston. They have not lost a search yet, and we're only in week 4. So they are 4-0 over there on that side. But we're getting lobby put together as it looks like everyone's starting to join up on Fly at least. I don't know that he's the one actually hosting, but it'll be interesting to watch anyway. But guys, it is my first cast of the season. So I'm excited for that. Had a lot going on, so couldn't cast for the first couple of weeks. But we're back tonight, having some fun, getting to cast what's going to probably be a very good game tonight. If you missed it, the Knoxville-Kansas City game went Game 5 last week. I believe there was another game that went Game 5 last week as well that y'all should go and check out. I gotta look at the matches. Hold on. Because I feel like there was another match that went another Game 5 last week. 3-0, 3-1, 3-1, 3-2, 3-0. No, it wasn't last week. One of the weeks. Oh, it was Boston and St. Louis. So it was 2 weeks ago that went map 5. That was actually a very good game. And then that same week, I think Washington and Baltimore went to a Game 5. So another very good one. Definitely go check those out if we have VODs for those. But yeah, tonight's matchup, gonna be fun. I'm excited to cast it, excited to watch and see how these teams do. And for those who've been following the league, tonight is Pew's first look on Boston. She was supposed to play last week, had something come up, couldn't play. She originally was on St. Louis. They ended up dropping her and picking up somebody else. So she had to find a new team. She is the player to watch on the objective side of things, as she will average around, typically, 3 minutes in hill. She is what we call the ultimate hill kitten. You won't see anyone else do it quite like her. Great objective player. Kind of lacking in the search and destroy, but she's working on it. On the other side, you have Dom. Not going to say his full thing, but Dom sitting on the other side, who I believe holds the hill for his team. I could be wrong on that. But interesting game for the night. Week 4, we're getting close to the end already. Kind of sad, but It has to happen. We're about halfway through. Like I said, going into last week, Kansas City did unfortunately lose to us in a map 5. So they were the only other team that was undefeated. Boston, I believe, also went down last week to Montreal Red Dragons. So it is going to be a battle of both teams trying to come out and not lose for a second week in a row. So we are hoping, both teams are hoping to start off this week right and have a better week going into next. The other one will have to come back next week and hope that they can bring it back a little bit faster. Because I believe, if I remember correctly, the bottom 2 teams end up in losers bracket. Everybody else starts up in uppers or in winners bracket for our double elimination playoffs. So it'll be fun. But yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be one heck of a match. I don't know who Paparita Ford is, but it's weird to see him on Boston. Now I have to go see who that is because I should know. Oh, we need a rostered. I guess somebody couldn't make it tonight. That's kind of crazy. Ray Ford. So. So don't know who that is. But yeah. KCK needing an emerald. I believe Palsy is going to come in for him though. To shoot the toy. So it'll be fun to see how he does with the KCK. So we will not get to see KCK at full strength. Just because you will have a substitute in there. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they are missing Neo. But I could be wrong on that. Let me see who their typical 4th is. Blur is their normal. So Blur is not there, or Clutch Freak is not there. I think it's Clutch Freak is there. No, Clutch Freak is there. So yeah, they're missing Blur tonight, who's more of their aggravated SMG player. So it'll be a little bit slower probably out of KCK, just on the fact of SMG rolls. But this will, depending on how this week goes, KCK wins this. They will take the number 2 spot. Everybody else will battle to either tie them or pass, or tie or end up falling further behind. Not pass, but fall behind. So this is a huge match for Boston, as this would tie them with KCK and put them actually ahead of them, just due to head-to-head. One team trying to get to 2-2, and the other squad trying to go to 3-1. So it is going to be... It's going to be a good match. I mean, everyone's going to be bringing the passion, hopefully. Everyone's going to be trying to shoot straight. It'll be fun to watch Zio play, just to see what he can do with these guys. Like I said, it is the first time Boston's coming in as a full squad this week, because Pew is back. On the other side, KCK, again, having to bring in a sub. Palsy having to come in last second, which we appreciate, man. Glad to see you coming in and playing tonight. Blur, we hope to have you back next week. But it's going to be good match. Good match. Very good. Very good. I'm going to make sure I have my teams in the right spot, because I'm going to be so sad if I don't. Okay. Yeah, we've got everyone where they're supposed to be. I don't know map set, unfortunately. I wish I did. I probably do, I just don't have it pulled up. I have it somewhere, I hope. I know I saw it earlier and I don't know where it is. Well, I'll find it eventually. But it sounds like we are getting ready. So it is Skyline HP Map 1, Red Card Search, Vault Control, Vault Hardpoint, and Dealership HP. Or S&D. I don't know why they put HP for dealership, but you know, people can't type. It's all good though. We're getting ready for Map 1. We are going to be hopping on with, I'm not sure who this is. I guess we'll find out here in a second. Because, you know, unlike everybody else who's real fancy, like, I believe this is Pew. I could be on the right person I wanted to start off with. I'm hoping I am. But, I got Pew. I am that good. I am crazy. That will never happen again. But we're going to hop on with Pew to start the match, see what the objective is that comes out of Boston here. Getting ready for this square up. And Fly with the first blood off the start. Zyle with the cleanup on Clutch Freak, and Palsy finishing off BDB as there was a little bit of banter back and forth. Palsy with a second. But a teammate comes in out of Pappy. Not a great start. Fly gets Pew. And that hill is now in the side of KCK. But if you notice down sitting at number 4, getting the spawns now for P2. I don't think KCK picked this up. And they are currently spawning out. Palsy gonna hit the route though, trying to get these spawns back. Boston fully focused, gets another. Exile trying to hold this hill. They don't realize it though, but KCK's behind them. Number 4 gets flanked. Palsy goes down, or Darko goes down to Palsy. Pew with a kill though on Palsy. And we are fighting out of P1. Boston with the spawns. They're gonna start trying to line people up. Happy with one on the Fly, but he's gotta back up out of ammo. And Zyle takes down Dom. Pew holding the time. She's in her happy place. Everybody else slaying around her. Palsy with a kill on Dark. Or on Draco. Zyle trying to come up behind. Trying to work his way to those streaks. He's already halfway, a little over halfway there. He's only got a couple of kills probably left till he gets it. Pappy though, get on a 5 killing spree. KC just not able to get in the hill. Zyle on a 5 spree right now. Trying to stay alive, gets up the elevator, gets away from, I'm not even sure who was shooting at him. One on P1 though. That is Fly trying to hold the cross. Zyle finally goes down to Fly. Palsy goes down though on the other side of Pappy. Boston already on the rotation, trying to hold this P3 down. Clutch Freak says no, however, he is going to take it. Kansas City finally ahead on the rotation, but Boston trying to get those back green spawns. Boston clears the front as well. They're going to pick up this time, but Palsy, however, does hold on to the spawns for Kansas City as they try to hold this back P4 spawn in grass. Boston having to fight from the white side. One goes down in mid. Fly not able to clean up Pew. She's going to beam him and hold the time again. Kansas City just struggling to get any sort of time going their way right now. Boston holding the objective. Pew is just doing her job. And Kansas City has got to start waking up. Dom 1-7. Not a great start at 1-8. He's got to start shooting his gun to get his team back in this as they are down by 70 points and counting. We got to start seeing Kansas City start touching that hill, or we're going to be out of map 1 at a record pace. Draco 12-7. Let's hop on over with him, see if he can continue his hot streak. He takes down one, gets taken down though by Clutch, the caster curse as always. But still 2 and 10 coming out of Dom, just not able to get anything rolling. I think it's the sight dog, change it out. 2 and 11. He's gonna switch over to the SMG and still get fried. Zyle waiting for him down mid. Boston has full control of this map right now. Man, little needed out of Pew right now. 3 and 6. He's already at 2 minutes. Takes down another. He's at 4 and 6, trying to take another one down. Wither Fly goes down. Pew 5 and 6, doing better than Dom, and Dom's been the one having to run around. That is some wild, crazy stats right now, my friend. We are already over 130 points almost as well. Boston in complete control of map 1 right now, and they are not letting go. Kansas City, though, finally getting on this P1 on the second rotation. Dom hopping on the hill. Fly having a little bit of a rough series right now at 6 and 11, but starting to try to figure it out. He drops one. Zyle brings down his gun. Gets behind another, is able to drop Draco, gets the kitchen control, and Kansas City finally controls P1. They continue to try and hold it. Unfortunately, though, they break. Zyle with 3, Pew with 1 as well, with a melee kill. Pew is just not let go. She wants all of that hill time. 2 minutes, 20 seconds. She is closing in on her 3 minutes average. But right now, Pew trying to push in, does get the kill on Clutch Freak, and hops the scrap time. Again, we are still a little over 100 points. 110 point count. Pew gets one on Dom. Unfortunately, does have to fight another one. Pew gets Palsy from behind, and just as we thought Kansas City was going to get back in it, she takes it right back from Pew with 2 minutes 30 seconds, 9 and 10. She is still outplaying Dom, and Dom is just struggling right now. Not able to keep up with the hot guns of Boston, but Kansas City finally in control of this P2. It's all going to come down to this rotation. Can Kansas City start chaining these hills together? Right now, it's a no. Boston in control of the green spawns. They are also getting set up for this P3. They're more than happy to give up 10 seconds with a 100-point difference. Clutch Freak, though, starting to get on a streak here. He is 19-14, just hit his 5 kill spree. He is working towards that Hellstorm. He's going to come into Zyle. He's going to beat Zyle in a square up. Only a kill or so out from his Hellstorm. He gets another. He only needs one more kill. Kansas City does gain control of P3 and gains the spawns. Clutch trying to kill this guy off P1. Zyle not going to give it to him easy. Not going to give him the streak. Zyle still alive on P1. Palsy gets into a fight with him and does beat him. Kansas City starting to claw their way back in this game. They have control of P3. They're winning the gunfights that they need to win, but they still are having to fight for that spawn. They do get it back. Boston losing a little bit of control here as they do, however, grab it back on this P3. And man, the kills are just trading back and forth. Kansas City starting to wake up. Fly 13 and 16, Palsy 17 and 18, Clutch still carrying everybody on his back at 23 and 16. They are clawing it back. Palsy waiting for this. Zyle coming up out of secret. Palsy catches him. Zyle just trying to stay alive on those secret stairs. He's gonna back himself up because he decided to nade the corner instead of the bathroom. Palsy catches one easy kill. One goes to the bedroom, doesn't even realize it. Pew goes down. Zyle gonna get challenged. Palsy takes down Zyle. Clutch with the kill on Pappy. And Kansas City has chained another hill together. P4 is all of theirs. Boston trying to get through P1, trying to get on this hill. Their 100-point lead has been cut down to 50. And we are still racking up time if you're Kansas City, which is huge right now. Boston, though, does gain a little bit of leeway back as they do take the scrap time. They are going to spawn in the back. And number 5 going to try to take a little bit of a pass at this. Does go down, though. And just like that, Boston is going to take the rest of this scrap time going into the P1. This is where Kansas City started pulling it back here a little bit. Still down by 60. but they're in a lot better spot than what they were a rotation and a half ago. Trying to make it a game, keep it white. Kansas City still fighting for this P1. Fly takes 2 down. So they're in a little bit better spot. Palsy with another. That's 4 dead. Kansas City has full control, but they also had to get these spawns back. Right now, we have Pew just spawned in the back. They don't know if he's still back there. They don't know they still don't have spawns. They're spawning bedroom. They've got to push out. Kansas City, you can't let them take both P1 and spawns. But we do get a split spawn here as Dom is on the back end. Trying to win a gunfight. Wins it against Pappy. Draco goes down to Fly. Halsey doing 360s. I'm not sure why. Zyle takes both down, though. Zyle does fall to Fly. Pew gonna try to hop this new time. She only needs 4 minutes to get the average. She only needs the 4 seconds. Can she get it? Find out next time, right, Halsey? She drops somebody, though, on her spawn. Are gonna hop the hill. She's reloading. What a terrible time. Gets 1, but does fall to Fly. Fly gonna control this P2. But they're still spawning out. Someone's gotta push back. Pappy takes down Fly from P1. Palsy takes down Pappy. Draco with 2. Pew with the 3rd. She's broken it. 3-minute average a game. Anyway. Boston, all they got to do to win map 1 is hold this last 20 seconds. Kansas City, you gotta fly. Kansas City, you gotta get there. Fly goes down. Palsy, though, does get the trade out on a Pew. Draco gets a trade out, though, on the Pew. And Palsy, or on the Palsy, not Pew. Dom goes down as well, and that might be the map. Boston Lobbies take map 1 by storm. Goodness gracious. Unfortunate there of a slow start out of everybody on that Boston Lab, or on that Kansas City Kings roster. Just not fast enough off the break to be able to kind of stay in the game. Had a great second rotation. Just wasn't enough to get them over that hump. Boston Lobbies with a crazy amount of damage going into that. Hopefully, we come out with a search that will be a little bit better. Oh no. Why are we having issues? Ah, we're back. But yeah, Boston could be coming in with a crazy upset. I'll join their lobby here in a second. I want to get my score set up correctly here. I'm not sure what happened. I think we're swapping hosts, so give me a slight second. Series score team 1-1.
Just to confirm, you'd like to call Hudi.
Shut up. My Siri is wanting to talk to me, and I don't want to talk to it. Alright, here we go. We are in the game again. But we are going to the search and destroy, which I believe, if I remember correctly from earlier, is going to be a red card search. I'm not too certain on if any of these guys have played red card search. I could be wrong on that. I don't think, though, either team has played it yet. So, this is going to be an interesting search and destroy. Looking forward to it, but like we said, Boston Lobbies, we'll get it figured out, takes map 1 by storm. I can pull up stats. Unfortunately, you guys can't see it. But Poppy with a 26 and 25, Zio with a 35 and 22. Man was on a mission. With 3,800 damage. Draco with a 31 and 24. Pew with a 17 and 24. But with 3 minutes and 21 seconds in hill. She was on fire holding that hill time. On the side of Kansas City Kings, Dom with a 16 and 34. Fly with a 23 and 24. Clutch with a 31 and 25. Palsy with a 21 or 25 and 26. With Fly having the most time on that end. Maybe needing to have Dom hold that hill a little bit more. as he just struggled map 1. Um, so something needing to change on that side of things. Daddy Dom having a issue with kills, letting Pew, who was holding time most of the time, outslay him, and died more. So having to figure it out on their end, but Search and Destroy going into this, Boston a little bit more favored, purely because, like I said at the beginning, they are 4-0 in Search and Destroy right now. Only team undefeated in Search. Everybody else has taken a loss. Kansas City only lost a Search to us. So two very, very tough teams when it comes to Search and Destroy. And I don't think we had even lost a Search until we played KCK. So don't count them out yet. They're not done yet. We're still early in this series. As it looks like there's a little bit of banter between Zyle and Dom. I can only guess what that is. But I'm excited to see what we get out of map 2. Hopefully we get it underway here shortly. Because map 1 had a little bit of spark towards the end. Map 2, or map 1, kind of a blowout up until about the second rotation. And then turned around and it had a decent one. Had a decent ending to it. But let's see what they can do come map 2. I'm excited to see it. Excited to see how we turn this map up. But hopefully you guys are having a great Tuesday night. And enjoying yourselves. But we're going to be looking at Pew going into this next match because, or to this next map, I should say, because it is not Hardpoint. She can't get an average of 3 minutes to help her team win. It comes down to kills, staying alive, and getting a bomb plant. Completely different game mode. Completely different style of gameplay. So let's see how she does come Search. I know she kind of struggled when she was on St. Louis, but that does not mean she is going to be completely terrible at this game mode. Just a little bit of struggling. Nothing to be worried about. We are getting ready to load up map 2 red card. It is going to be fun, fast-paced, and we are going to get ready to lock in. Here we go, load up, lock in. Pew, we're going to start with you. Let's see what she does with it. She's going to push up onto this. It looks like we're going to do an A push. So we're going to try to be fast on this A side. Pew going through the mid. Has a few people looking her direction. One top window. She's going to get shot at by Dom. She's going to chow Dom and goes down. Dom with the first blood going into this. Zyle, though, with the trade out. She takes down Fly. Clutch. Trying to figure out what to do on this B site. This Boston trying to get a little more aggressive. Dom getting shot at. He's going to get tagged up by Pappy. Pappy! There's one right in front of you. Palsy takes down Pappy. Not thinking he realized there was someone bottom statue. Zyle going to be sitting top. 1v3. He's got an ace. Dom takes down Draco. Zyle puts some shots down. Doesn't hit anything. Onto Dom. Dom going to put some shots in. He gets the nade bottom stage. He's got to reach out. Takes down Dom. He's got one to worry about bottom stage. The other one trying to get the flank. Palsy, though, doesn't have to do anything. Zyle, unfortunately, goes down. KCK takes round 1. Clutch getting the pinch. Right time. Unfortunate start for the Boston Lobbies after a very, very dominant map 1. Not the way you want to start the surge, but Kansas City coming out a little bit hot. Dom turning the tides, going in for a couple of kills there in round 1. We'll hop on his POV. I don't know how he does it with this site. I really don't. But he's gonna sit top hedge. Watch his teammate go down. Palsy unfortunately gets caught by Pappy. Draco takes down Clutch Freak. Boston getting aggressive. Y'all gotta run. Fly gets a pick though. This Boston's trying to get the pinch on. Xyle and Pew trying to get the speed up. Dom not realizing he's got two he's gonna have to work with. Fly having to sit bottom stage. They just outflank the flank. Fly gets shots and Dom takes down Pew. Pappy takes down Fly. 1v2 Dom. Got one pushing from top mid. Loses track of him. Boston comes back with a fire on round 2 and ties us up 1-1. Xyle not going to be denied. Does take down Dom to end that round, but it looked scary there for a second going back and forth. However, though, out at the end of the trades, Boston comes out on the better end, and we are all tied up. Xyle sitting at 3-1 going into this round. Pew gonna be the one with the bomb. Clutch Freak checking for this push though. He's gonna, if he gets timing, oh the timing, Pew's gonna slip through. Clutch didn't see it. It is a heavy B push, and nobody has seen anything on Kansas City. But they are set up for this B push. Clutch Freak gotta give the call out that he is getting pushed. Bomb is probably gonna go down here fairly quickly, I would think. No, Pew gets behind. Pew can't finish the kill. Clutch Freak, Dom, and Fly all take one down, and it's all up to Pappy in a 1v4. This is not looking good and not looking like it's going to be around for Boston. Unfortunate that they couldn't get some of the finishes. Pappy does take down Palsy, though. Takes one with him. Not going to be a clean round out of Kansas City by any means. But will be a round win, or should be a round win, relatively soon with him stepping right into the Bermuda Triangle. There it is. KCK taking round 3, and they are going to continue to try to hold a lead here going into round 4. Clutch getting the kill there. Dom was trying to get the flank, just couldn't get there fast enough. Trav, the only reason I'm not interacting with the chat is because I am trying to cast. You know how this works. Even the guys in CDL don't interact with their chat. Get over it, friend. Here we go. Dom, take a bomb. We're going back to the B or A site. We are going A. Boston has 2 moving fast through the hedges. That is going to be Pappy and Draco trying to get aggressive. One's going to get dropped, though. Palsy takes one. Boston already starting off round 4. Not in a great spot. Draco easily getting picked. Pew, and it looks like Xyle pushing up on the flank. They're trying to get there fast. Bomb's going to go down. Pappy just not in a spot to see it. He's holding all the way back spawn. Not sure that's a great idea. Fly takes down Xyle, but Pew gets the trade out 2v3. Can they do it? Palsy getting teched up. Clutch, though, gets the trade off. And it's all down to Pappy. Dom goes down. And KCK drops all of them with the trades going back and forth. 3-1. An advantage for KC. Trying to end Boston's perfect streak. In Search and Destroy. We'll have to see how this goes, though. Boston cannot be counted out quite yet. But we're going to hop on with Xyle, as he has been kind of the one putting in the aggression. Trying to stay ahead of the curb. He's going to start pushing up these stairs, trying to probably get top window would be my guess. Yeah, he's going to push top window. Everybody on the side of KC, though, waiting like a net. Draco with one on the fly. They aren't realizing Clutch Freak coming in on a flank. Nobody looking for him. He's going to get all the way through. Guys, you got to turn around. You're going to get pinched. Clutch. Clutch. Never mind. Palsy's going to win that fight. Clutch is still in the back, though. No one has found him yet. No one has any idea he's back here. Draco gets one. 2v2. It's going to come down to Zio. Is he going to get timing? He is not. Clutch is going to get the timing because we're just going to bust through the door. All down to Draco. He's got to take down Palsy. He's not even going to realize it. Palsy is behind him. Palsy, are you going to try to do it, my friend? Are you? No, you have no idea he went under stage. You completely lost him. He's going to just back up and wait for him to come A. I thought he was going to go for the Diddy. Draco getting shot at bottom stage. Palsy with the finish off. And Kansas City Kings up 4-1. They are looking like they are going to be a stronger team going in for the map 2 win. All they needed was to wake up a little bit. 4-1 in favor of the number 2 squad in the power rankings. Showing why they deserve to be there. Looking kind of dominant here on red card. Pew 1-5. Unfortunately, not having a great search. 3-5 out of Draco. 3-4 out of Zio. Papa at a 4-4. Fly trying to get back in the groove here. Sitting at 3-4. Dom at 5-4. Clutch Freak 5-1. Palsy at 5-2. Boston is set up for this push. It's been an A push every time, but they just can't seem to get the kills. Draco goes down to Clutch Freak. Pappy gets a turn on to Dom, I believe, because of a car. Would be a majority of it. Boston thinking that this bomb is going B, and it's not. It's slowly sneaking its way up to A. Will he get a free bomb play? Number 3 can't see this. Zio can't see it. He gets the nade, so he gets the information. Bomb is still going to go down, though. 7 up top. Clutch Freak going to be the one to give out all the information. They know one's in the back. Clutch is waiting for the flank. It's not going to come in very fast. Clutch going to get stunned from the elevator. Zio. Fly gets Pew. Zio's still in bottom mid. They're getting tagged from everywhere. Boston trying to get Kansas City to look in 3 different directions so that they can get the easy picks. Fly lighting up a car, not so much Zio. Papa gets one on the Clutch Freak. Papa trying to get the flank on Fly. He's just going to go for the defuse. He's going to hop the defuse. Not going to make it in time. Palsy wins the round with that kill. Doesn't matter because of this gunfight. And Palsy's going to win it anyway. 5-1 Kansas City up. Palsy showing that he can still keep up with the youngins. He takes down Zio here in a semi-decent gunfight. Zio was still a little weak from the fight before, but tried to take it anyway. 5-1, Kansas City looking to close it out here so that we can push at least a map 4. But it has to start now if you are Boston to try to bring this back. Kansas City spread across the map. You've got 2 sitting A, 2 sitting B. Are we going to see this push coming? Clutch Freak, gonna get one. Clutch Freak goes down. You have everybody on Boston pushing this B side. Number 8 is still just sitting bottom stage. He has no idea that this push is coming. Draco goes down to a nade. 2v2. Bomb is in B. Or 3v2. I did not see we had a third person on the map. Dom trying to get some shots in from the back. He was under the arrows for Zio, so I just couldn't see him on the minimap. Fly trying to get a catch here on Pappy. Pappy, no idea. There goes 2. It is a 1v2 situation. Fly, go down below. You can catch them both. That's 1. Fly, you gotta be Pappy here. Gotta be Pappy here and cannot do it. Boston clutches up. 5-2. Fly almost clutched that. Just couldn't hit the last shots that were needed. We are going to another round here in red card. They gotta close it out here soon, or you could end up giving up a 5-1 lead. Gonna stay on with Fly though going into this round. See if he can turn it around. and not let that last round kind of dictate how this is going to go. Clutch Freak and Palsy both carrying their weight. On this round, Fly takes down Pew. Palsy goes down though. It's a trade-off. Draco getting tagged up. Fly trying to finish him, just can't do it. He is going to get away. Zyle pushing through mid, trying to get a flank. Draco still sitting near this paper route. Zyle is going to get a huge flank, though. Somebody's got to pay attention to it. Dom, not seeing anyone double flank. Fly has to turn around. Clutch Freak gets one. Pappy gets one, though. Clutch with another trade. 2v1. Now it's all on Zyle to try to keep this map alive. Clutch and Dom both last alive. Clutch Freak 9 and 3, looking for the double digits. Dom, though, gonna check bomb here. Not gonna see anything. Zyle gonna get the pick. Now it's down to a 1v1. Zyle trying to put some shots in. Freak having to back up and respect the gunfight. Clutch having to get out of there. Zyle gonna have to get aggressive here. Bomb only has 20 seconds left. Zyle gonna beat the door open. Clutch gonna try to set up. Clutch doesn't get the victory on that one. Zyle clutches up the 1v2. He's pushing this to a 5-3. Zyle's got some ice in his veins after that one. He's feeling himself after a 1v2 clutch. I believe he got at least 3 on the round. Getting ready for this round number, I'm thinking 9, if I'm not mistaken. Boston not out of it yet. Like I said, 5-3, round 9. Kansas City, you gotta close it out here. Come on, boys. Can't let them come back on you. Zyle gonna push up through mid. Pappy sitting at 9 and 6. He is on a roll tonight. Trying to keep Boston ahead of schedule. Looking for the upset. Boston all in mid here. Trying to figure out where our players of Kansas City are sitting. Kansas City doing kind of the same setup here. As Dom is getting flanked. He has no idea. Zyle gets the pick. First blood in favor of Boston. Boston, I think, missed that player pushing out towards A. They're trying to get set up to get this bomb down. Clutch Freak gets one onto Draco. Zyle gonna push up. He's gonna see Clutch and Fly, but gets dropped. Pew with a trade, though. Pew with a double. And it's all down to Palsy. He's got to beat 2. He's got to beat Pew, and he's got to beat Pappy, who's both. Pappy gonna try to turn. Cannot beat Palsy. Pew's gonna try to get out. No! Palsy's gonna slam the door shut. Letting them know Palsy shuts down the comeback with a huge double to end it all. Clutch does get, though, his 10 kills. We are going to see a map 4 in this series. Man, that was close. But just as we thought that it was going to be an easy walk in the park for Boston being 4-0, their ability to hold the 4-0 falls short. As they end up losing, going down a 6-3 fashion. Crazy how this game is going. As we are getting ready for the control, everybody, I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes. We're setting up for a good match here. Going to Vault Control. I'm not sure what the record is for both teams on this game mode, but it definitely is going to be a tight one going into this match. I wasn't able to change the score over, but it is 1-1 in map count. So, kind of was in the middle of checking something, making sure I had everything correct for scoreboards. But we're back. Getting ready for this map number 3 on Vault. Little bit faster paced map, a little bit faster paced game mode. Out of search and destroy and into a respawn. Let's see what happens here. Boston looking to bounce back in this map. trying to go up 2-1 for the upset. And Kansas City looking to take what they had from that last map, take that, take it and run with it. Halsey and Clutch both line up 1, but 3 go down for them as Boston comes out with a fire, taking out 3 of them and trying to hop this hill fast. That cap is going pretty darn quick. Kansas City, you gotta move. Pappy gets fly though. We finally jump on, but 2 ticks go through already. Boston clearing the way. Clutch trying to help, but just can't clear A fast enough. That is a fast point cap out of Boston, and they have the life count advantage. 2 minutes to work with to get this B cap. Kansas City trying to get back in this life count down 24-22. Just not going the way they want it to. 24-22, only need a couple kills to go their way, and they'd be right back in this. Pew with 1 though on the Palsy. Clutch Freak trying to get through this mid-map, trying to make an impact. Fly and Dom both take 1 down. Clutch with another one, that's 3 dead. They gotta get Draco off hill. They do, in fact, get him off, and they're trying to clear this point. Palsy set up in mid, drops Pew. Dom drops Draco, I think was an old one. All 4 Boston players coming off of respawn, trying to get set up and get a push on the B. They are now down in life count as well. Pew takes down Dom after he took down Pappy, trying to live. Clutch does take down Draco on the trade. Nothing happening on B right now. Have 1 top. Art just trying to stay alive. Zyle is sitting up there. He's gonna get the sneak up on number 6. And Dom goes down. Zyle with the kill. Boston gonna clear everybody. All 3 coming off death screen. Pew 5 and 3 trying to help cap this point. 16-15 in life count. That capture point is moving. Halsey though does take down the 3rd Boston member. Pew gonna follow suit. That is all 4 down, but that is still a first tick going in the way of Boston. They have to get up here, have to stop this. Boston having to come out of their spawn. They're all going to spawn useless. Halsey trying to get a couple of spawn kills, gets 1, but runs out of ammo before he can finish. Pew has to get out of there and go P2. They're gonna hunt him down. Number 1, Pew trying to catch up to him. Pew goes down though. 3v3 on the point for B. Palsy gonna hit the bottom vault route. He's just gonna stay alive down here. 14-8, 13-8 in life count in favor of Kansas City. Clutch Freak takes down Pappy. 1 is still on the point. Number 7's got to clear him off. Does get it done. Draco down. Daddy Dom keeps it alive. Number 3 and number 1 trying to get this B control. 7 goes down. Pew. Halsey's just sitting in the back. Fly gets 1. Fly goes down though to top mid. They're just trying to get another tick. They do get it. 3v10 though. This round is going to go in favor of KC, but you have to get them off the point. 7v1 all down to Zyle. All hope probably lost, but that doesn't mean it's completely out of the question. 1v7, 13 seconds. KC going to clutch it up, but you've got to get 5 ticks going into this next round because Boston came in with the objective play, capped A within the first minute. Had 2 minutes to work with. Going into B, just couldn't turn it around for themselves. The body count dropped way too fast. Let Palsy in your spawn. Just not good enough. Boston going to look to do the same thing though on defense and not let KC though take more than 5 ticks. Because if that happens, well, KC automatically gets defense going into round 5 if we get there. Kansas City, though, looking to kind of push his game pretty quickly. As we are getting ripped off here. 2 gonna hit A. 2 gonna hit through. Palsy gets 1. Pew, what are you doing? You're missing shots, woman. Hit your shots, and she doesn't. Drops. So we are going to probably see a stack on A here. 4 trying to stay alive up top, but they're all, Kansas City, all gonna jump this point. That point is moving quick. That is another set dead. They're just not able to clear. Kansas City just not going away. Boston finally drops 2 off the point. Pew with a double kill, making up for those shots missed earlier. They are going to keep the A point alive. Kansas City, all 4 coming off a death screen. Dom going to be one of the first ones up to fly, as they are going to try to clear their base out. Pew goes down. Fly tries to push up with Dom. Dom, though, going to fall. Zio going to drop both. Clutch Freak, one of the 2 last ones alive. Taking down Draco. Zio waiting for them to come out of their spawn and useless. He is going to push up, though, which is going to cause them to spawn P2. Zio trying to push up and get behind these players, but they don't realize that number 6 slipped through. Dom trying to make a play, doesn't end up making it. Palsy drops 1. Palsy gonna jump off and hit Lion. A is still alive. We are not capping A yet. Pew dies to a car. Number 7 does win. Freak beat Pappy here. Zio still in the back of their spawn, just living. No one has cleared this man. He's gonna get 2. He's almost drops a 3rd. A finally gonna get captured by KC. B already halfway through with the first tick, but life count is not in their favor. Life count is in the favor of Boston. Zio was just in their spawn for too long, taking them down 1 by 1, 15-13. Number 6 has to win this gunfight. That is huge. We are tied at 13 apiece. Zio is back of spawn, though. Boston has a chance here, but that time is going to tick rather quickly. They have at least 3 to 4 on that hill. That time is ticking so fast. Boston, you got to go. You're letting too many sit on that hill. Clutch with 1. Clutch has to win another one. Doesn't get it, though, but I believe they do get the tick. They do. So we are tied at 5 ticks apiece. 11-10. 10-9 apiece. Going into this B hill, but Pappy does get it back in their favor. Boston up 9-8 in life count, but they have to keep it here. They have to keep the life count in their favor. All 4 hitting through mid, and 2 hitting through the catwalk, though. Does drop 2, as it does even us up at 7 apiece. Zio back in the back again. Dom have to take the fight. Dom not going to win it. Zio takes him down 7-6. Fly gets 1, but Fly goes down with the trade. Clutch with 1. We're still 5-4. No respawns remaining. It is search and destroy for Kansas City. They have to stay alive. Pew and Pappy both holding the point. Palsy having to stay alive in top P4. He cannot die from this position. He's going to give out the callouts to his teammates that Pappy's running around in Lion. But Clutch is going to go down. 3v4 is all down to search and destroy now. Nobody can just allowed to give up a life. Dom can't stay alive. Pew gets 1. Palsy gets 1. 3v1 or Palsy, you have to stay alive. Gotta find 3 before the time ticks, or unfortunately get on the point, but not gonna happen. Boston able to pull it out with the exact same amount of ticks. Problem is that they dropped a lot more lives than what Kansas City did. So at this point, you're looking at a Kansas City ahead to get defense just off Slays. 5 ticks apiece for each team. So we are tied up in ticks, but kills again, sitting in the side of Kansas City Kings. Only because they were able to drop Boston faster on their side when they were on the attacking round before, defending round before. Boston gonna try to do this again. Draco not exactly having the best of best matches, as he is sitting at 9-20. He's gonna try to get through this vault. They're gonna try to go B first, it looks like, but 2 are gonna drop on his A side. Draco gonna hit this B. He's gonna hit a route. He's gonna try to hit through Lion. He's gonna try to catch Fly. Fly gonna get caught from behind, but does his teammate turn? Palsy doesn't turn fast enough. Palsy goes down though. Draco with 2. 27-27. Boston has control of A right now. And Kansas City just not making a move yet. Trying to set up a pinch, but it's not going to happen if Fly goes down that fast. Our ticks are moving so quickly. There are 3 to 4 on this side. Kansas City, you got to go. 2 ticks already through on A. Unless we're just going to give up this A point, which it looks like we are. That is A capped. Another minute to 2 minutes given back to Boston. Kansas City down in life count as well. 25-23. Boston already on the B point as well. 23-24. Fly with 2, but you gotta get Pew off this point. Palsy gotta find her. They do end up finding her, but they don't clear the point. So though Boston does drop in life count, if they can set up one good pinch here, they could end up putting this game away on this round. But Kansas City does end up getting a little bit of map control here. Palsy behind. Palsy still behind, does get the kill, but Clutch does go down to Draco. So, Boston on this far side B, they do have someone top art, one bottom art, two pushing up to this B side. We have given up complete control of our own spawn. Palsy gonna drop Draco out of mid, but B is still getting capped. They do finally drop the guy off hill. B back in favor of Zyle. He's gonna try to hold it. One drops art. Zyle all by himself on this B point. Zyle goes down, 16 to 19. They have to try to get this push. They are in the lead by 3. But they need to get a few more ticks before this map ends, or it is going to be game over, because this defense has been everything for both teams. Pew does get the kill. We're going to hop on with Dom here. So he is trying to get a little bit of a push in here from Lion. He does get the kill. Draco down. 15 to 11. Palsy gets him knocked off B zone completely clear. They have to continue to do that. Zao with a lucky explosion on the Palsy. Pew with a kill on the Dom. They're back on the B point. They have to stay alive. You have to get the tick. You've got to get the ticks, Boston. They do get the first tick, but it's got to be a little more than that. 7 to 13. You cannot lose this match if you're wanting to stay ahead. Palsy starting to heat up. Clutch heating up as well. You cannot give up this round. You cannot give it up, or you need to get at least one more tick to solidify yourself on defense. Because if you can hold the defense the same way you did last time and keep them at 2 ticks, if you can at least get it, more than likely you can work your way back into the defense. But Clutch Freak slams that door shut and says, not today. Kansas City trying to hold on to push this, that if it does go round 5, they get the defense. They're not letting them touch B. Clutch Freak in their spawn dropping 30 right now. 7 to 2. It's all down to Pew and Pappy. Not going to happen though. Dom shuts the door on one. Pew, I think, was the one alive that was going to do anything. Pappy dropping one and trying to stay alive, but does get overwhelmed. Kansas City takes it and starts at 2-1. Oh boy. You have got to win that round if you are Boston Lobbies. That was a massive one to win. You cannot let them get more than 2 ticks here. Or more than a tick. They get 1 tick on B after capping A. And they are on the defensive side. And that has been the favorite side going through this entire narrative. So Boston, what can you pull out? We're going to hop on with Zyle at 20 and 16. He's got to get a little bit of leeway here for his team. Draco not having the best map here. He's got to turn it around as well as Zyle trying to nade the top mid. Trying to get a push up here. All of Kansas City trying to push through to the spawn. Zyle goes down. There's 2 on the hill for A. They're trying to take the gunfights. They're going to win one. One more there. They've got to win this gunfight against number 4. But Pappy wins both, so Pappy's still alive. Just a point, but number Fly gets through, beats Zyle. Fly trying to stay alive. Pew going to win that gunfight. Draco sitting in mid. They have to keep this ace zone as long as they can. Kansas City has not capped A that fast. You have to look at it from this direction. They have Boston has had this hill with 2 minutes to spare for B. Kansas City's just stuck in their spawn, 26-22, just not having a fun time trying to get out of their spawn. Boston takes down, Draco falls to Clutch on that B side. They're trying to cap B, trying to make this easy on themselves to try to go after A after. But number 3 is top useless. He's gonna get a couple of kills. Top Art does get the kill. Zyle with 2. We only have 30 seconds. Kansas City, you gotta touch a point. You gotta get a cap. I don't know that they realize this. They're so busy with the guy back there spawning and trying to get Art. They have to get this A point. You cannot waste this much time. They get the life count back in their favor, but they gotta cap A. You you don't cap A and get this extra time, it's going to be a lot harder to try to hold this B zone. There's only 2 of them on it. They're going to drop. They get the 2 ticks on A, but you're by yourself. That's 3 dead. You only have 18 seconds. You got to clear 3 of them off of this A point. Number 6 has got to get out of top art. You're not doing anything for your team. They're going to try to hop back on this A point. There's 3 of them trying to hold this A point. Dom falls finally out of top art, but that's not going to do anything for you. A does get capped, though. You got to try to hold this now, Kansas City. You got to push for B. You got to get to second. You got to get a tick or 2. You got to push this to around 5. If you are Boston, you got to keep them off of this B site. You have the life count advantage. PU taking down Dom as well, 13 to 11. Kansas City's got to get on this B site. They've got to win some more gunfights. Get this guy out of top art. It's not happening though right now. 1 does drop bottom vault. 1 gets to Lion. They're trying to get this guy out of top art. 2 go down for Boston. Number 5 keeping number 7 alive, but not long enough. The ticks have got to start coming in. Fly with another. You have full control of B. Go, Kansas City. Go. You've got to get there. 1 does drop. Number 5's got to win a gunfight. That's a massive one, but Pugh's got to win that one. She does win it, but the tick does come in. They've got to hop back on B, Kansas City. You want to win this here. Do not try to force a round 5 if you can. But Kansas City capping relatively quickly. Boston not getting there fast enough. Boston, you gotta go. Boston, you gotta get the kills. It's just not gonna happen. Kansas City, shut the door. 3-1, 2-1. Kansas City in the lead. Man, it was the tale of defenses, and then Kansas City decided, you know what, we're going to take 1 offense in this game, and we're not letting Boston get any kind of momentum. We are going to ride it from our search and destroy, pushing into the map 3. Goodness! Map 4 is going to be something special. $36 out of clutch, almost having the 40 bomb. Had it gone probably around 5, he could have dropped 40, if not almost 50. Kind of crazy, friends. Kind of crazy. But here we go. We are going back to vault again, though, for this second time, for the second HP. Guys, as you saw from the first one, Boston did win the first map, and it wasn't even close. Outside of maybe the second rotation, it was a little under 100-point deficit for the win. So, Kansas City, what have you learned from the first HP? Can you turn it around in this second one? Find out here in a minute. While they load up this map, I'm going to go serve my dinner real quick. I'll be back. Alright, I made it back just in time. Let's go. My timing is impeccable. But here we go. Map for Boston, looking to try to push this to another map. But unfortunately, Kansas City may be a little too hot and too heavy as they try to end it right here. Style going to get into the first gunfight with Dom. Dom's going to win it. Boston, though, does have control of P1 as they are in the middle. Draco and Pappy both getting one. Draco goes down. Pew trying to live up. Pew gets the kill. She's going to continue to hold this time. She hits the hill kitten of the AJCL, but she does end up going down. 3 dead for Boston. Kansas City with full control. That's 4 dead. They've got to get out. Boston, you got to push for P2. That, or at least try to contest this a little bit. Zyle goes down to clutch. not wanting to give up. Palsy drops Draco. Palsy is in the back of P2. He's trying to stay alive. Fly gets one as well. On this rotation, though, it looks like Kansas City is in the lead. They're going to get the rotation early. Boston gonna start spawning out here. They got to try to push through with 6 seconds left. They are going to have a... They're not even going to have a lead. They're going to stay tied at 21 apiece going into P2. Boston's got to fight from the front, though. Casey set up, watching for this pinch. Doesn't look like it's going to come in real easy. Number 7 trying to catch number 2. Number 2 just slipping away. But 2 is still alive. 6 going to come in for the help. It is just bloodbath after bloodbath. 34-22. We are still on P2, but it is not easy to get time. Boston finally going to get a little bit of control here on P2. They are going to flip the spawns as well. They're going to spawn Casey in mid. Now, Kansas City, can you make the break? You've got 20 seconds left on this hill. You've got about 10 before people should start rotating. And it does look like number 5, it looks like Fly is going to be the one to start the rotation here early for Kansas City. He's going to try to set up in top P4 to watch for this Palms rotate. Number 7 just trying to be a nuisance freak, trying to keep these guys busy. Fly will drop Xyle, so it looks like number 2 is going to be the next one. Draco trying to take Fly out of that position. Fly not giving it up, though. Top Art is also under their control. It's a 20-second lead. Fly, though, does end up falling to Pappy. Dom drops Draco. So, P3, they're trying to get the pinch on it. Dom tried to read it right. Pew gets a kill, though. Clutch Freak with a trade, though. Clutch with another kill. They're trying to take top Art, but Palsy not giving up that easy. Palsy goes down from a double push. 3 of them spawning Arthur. KC does unfortunately end up in a split spawn. So they had no idea they were getting flanked, but 2 end up going, all 4 go down. Boston trying to light it up from the front, just not going kind of their way. P3 is definitely a scrappy hill, trying to get back in this game, though. They're down by a little under 2 seconds now. Kansas City's got to start pushing through, but here's the money hill for P4. And right now, Boston has the advantage on spawns and hill. They have the setup. Kansas City, this is going to be difficult. Poppy kills Dom because of the car explosion. Fly gets one on Poppy, though. Fly trying to get this other guy off. Clutch Freak trying to get up on this side or trying to win this fight in the back. He does end up pulling it off. Pew about to smack through the door. Does get the kill on Clutch Freak on the timing. The reload was just not in his favor. Fly gets Pew, but Pappy takes down Dom and Fly. Boston gonna have some control still of this hill. Palsy ends up going down. Pappy with 3 in a row. Xyle catching up to Clutch Freak, but Dom puts 2 of his own in. 20-second lead right now for the side of Boston, trying to get, you know, kind of their lead back. So we are going to try and turn this around here. KC having to turn it around again on the second rotation. They do get a little bit of the scrap time left. Maybe wasn't the best idea because you just gave Boston P2 spawns. You know they're going to spawn there. You got to turn. Clutch goes down to Pappy. And we are set up for this P1 bloodbath. Halsey with a couple of whiff shots, but it doesn't matter as KC takes control of P1. 2 of them on there, having to watch from the top cat and watch their lights. But someone's going to pick up this back line. Lion's going to die. It's going to be Xyle, but someone's got to look out for her. Catwalk Pew trying to put some damage down. Pew's still alive. Only one alive for her team, trying to get some bullets down range. Doesn't matter. Kansas City uses teamwork to go ahead and take care of her. They are also trying to set up for this rotation of P2. Boston currently owns those spawns. So you have to try to hold this time while get through and flip them out. It does happen, though. They do spawn Art. There's only one in the back. It's going to be Pappy. Pappy's still living. Pappy goes down, so that is all 4 cleared out of that back spawn. But you have to hold this. If you are Kansas City, you do get the back spawns back. However, you have been giving up quite a bit of time now to Boston, especially when you had the rotation. Fly, though, does get 1 dropped. His team is spawning mid, though. He was not on the spawn point to keep him out. They were spawning back P2. He's got to try to help his team out. He's not going to be able to do it. Palsy goes and gets 1 Dom with another, but it's not going to be enough. Boston continues to own P2. Kansas City, you gotta rotate and set up for this P3. Keep it scrappy and get P4 as a money hill. Zyle is set up for this next hill, though, as they are going to hold that P4 side. Number 3 sitting in kind of an obscure spot. Zyle is going to take him down. Clutch Freak going to chase. Zyle should be able to win it. He does, so that is 4 dead. Kansas City going to take a small lead, but it's only for 4 seconds, and you got to make it P3 scrappy. Zyle still holding that top end on his 6-3 right now. Make it 7. The man is not slowing down. He's going to try to get up in their spawn. Zyle making life miserable right now for Kansas City as he takes another one. That's 8 in a row. Zyle has got to die. If you are KC, it's not going to happen. Finally, he gets traded out. But he just wasted 20 seconds of your time. You got to turn it around. Here comes the streak. Not going to do a whole lot. Palsy gets 1, but that's just not going to be enough. You got to get the P4 for this money hill. Right now, you are down 30 seconds. You're going to get lined up. Zyle takes 1, not able to finish the other. Zyle 22 and 13, putting his team in the backpack, trying to push this to a map 5. But Kansas City does get a little bit of the scrap time that was left on P3. They're going to try to make another push on this. Remember, Boston held a mass majority of this time last time. And just not enough. Kansas City struggling tonight on rotations and trying to hold. Kansas, you got to wake up. 50-point lead. You got to keep pushing it. They need a money hill P4. They got to try to get this Pew off of this hill. She's sitting at 240 already, almost at another 3-minute average. Kansas City, though, does end up breaking through. And Nate does come in. Zyle does get fly. Right now, we are sitting at Pappy, trying to hold the scrap time down. You gotta rotate if you are Kansas City to try to keep yourselves in this to not go a map 5. Hardpoint has just not been your friend tonight. Zyle with a kill on Palsy. Dom with a kill on Draco. Fly's gonna jump this time, trying to keep his team in this game. But I don't know if his efforts are going to be wasted. Pappy takes down Clutch. Fly dives and ends up going down. Dom with 1 on Draco, though. The trade's coming in. Palsy drops Pew. They have control of P1, but you got to continue to control it. You can't give up this much time, Kansas. Fly gets the kill. They do end up back on time. Pew trying to put some bullets down range. Pew gets... Zyle gets 1. Pappy with another. Zyle with 2 of them. Pew gonna push up on time. Does get the kill. She is sitting at only needing 10 seconds for her to hit another 3-minute average. A minute to go. A little less than 50 seconds needed for your boys of Boston. 40 seconds. My bad. Just to go push us to map 5, search and destroy. But as we saw before, Kansas City had their number as a 6-3 victory. So Pew trying to get in behind, does put a couple shots, but not able to finish anything. Dom and Fly both dropping some kills. They do have full control of this P2, but can you keep it with Boston spawning kind of on top of you, coming out of mid now, finally getting a little bit of spawn control here. But the trades have to come in. Pappy, unfortunately, a little bit faster than Palsy. Pappy with 2. Pew having to push up. She's probably going to make it there. But they've got to win 2 gunfights to hold this hill. Fly drops 1. Fly trying to stay alive. Palsy with the help. Kansas City not giving up on this hill easily. You got to rotate. Number 7, you gave up your spawns. Pew's in the back. But you got to back up. Pew, I believe... ended up dropping, I think she did. That or she went bottom art, I'm not sure. But she's going to try to put bolts down range. Unfortunately, does end up dropping to Fly. Draco, though, and Zyle both there to help pick it up. 200 to 225. You got to get to this hill and stop them. 3 minutes again out of Pew, though. It's going to happen. 232 to 200. KC, you got to go. You got to get them off the hill. You can't keep giving them up. You cannot give up 10 more seconds. You gotta go, KC. I don't think they're gonna make it. And just like that, we are going to go a map 5. Oh, maybe not. I might have overspoken. Nope, I didn't. We're going map 5. Boston lobbies, take map 4. 250 to 206. Man, these hard points you would think would be the KCK bread and butter, and it's just not happening. Dom does get to play the game, just not the map win. It's so unfortunate for these guys, as the Kings have just struggled to get ahead of the game here. Boston just better on this respawn game mode, apparently. But if you do remember, Search and Destroy went to the side of KCK. So we are going to dealership. And if you watched last week, Kansas City did beat us in around 11 on that map. So they have the reps. They know what they're doing. It can all go south for Boston going in with probably 1, maybe 2 reps on that map. But let me get your guys' prediction going into map 5. Who do you see taking it and how many rounds? I would have to side after map 2. I'd have to go with KCK taking it in maybe 10. But we will have to see, and we will have to find out here on map 5 dealership. Like I said, if you were watching last week, you know KCK took Knoxville to a round 11 and beat us. Can they do it to Boston? Can they be the team that takes Boston down not once, but twice, and be the only team to beat Boston in Search? We'll find out. Loading up. Here we go. We're going to hop over to this side. We'll hop on with whoever this is. And they're running the wrong barrel for one, and they're running vertical grip. I don't know who's running this class, but they need to go back to the drawing board. It's Clutch Freak. Never mind. Clutch has been doing what Clutch does. We're going to hit a fast B here, as he's going to set up and probably wait for this push from Pew. He's not going to position himself right. As Pew's going to sit here, wait for a push. Pew going to end up dropping. Clutch Freak with the first blood. Everybody's in mid for Boston. Y'all got to get out of there. Zyle gets fly though. Zyle trying to push up. He gets one on Palsy. Zyle with 2. 2v3 in this situation. Daddy Dom in the back. Dom gets 2 tags. Unfortunately, can't get the finish. Dom going down. Zyle. Clutch Freak goes down as well. Boston pulls off the first round. 1-0 Kansas City. You got to wake up. Boston coming in hot and heavy. Boston said, you beat us map 2. We're not giving it up here. We are going to take map 5 from you. We aren't going down without a fight. So let's see what Kansas City can do on this attack. We're going to hop on with Fly and see what he can do. Zyle with 3 in the last round. Can he keep up this domination? You do start seeing nades flying in. Pew gonna get a little bit aggressive on this white Jeep. Gonna get stunned. But does get the first blood. Pew has got to get cleared out from those boxes. Dom, you saw her. Fly gets 1. Clutch gets 1 as well. But Pappy drops 2 of you. Fly, you gotta stay alive. Clutch Freak is last. Never mind. Draco and Poppy having to clear this zone out. Clutch gonna try to catch one off guard. I don't think he's gonna get the timing though. He's gonna try to go all the way back to his spawn. Maybe to try to catch one, but not gonna happen. They're waiting for him to make a move. 2-0 Boston up. going to say his rep called a 3-0. He might be wrong on this one. Trying to hype up the Kansas City boys. Might have put his, maybe like nameless when it comes to optic. You just don't call him out. But here we go, going into this round. Draco still with 0 kills on the board. His team's been doing it all for him. He's going to die to Fly's nade. Zyle sitting in mid. We're just sitting at a standstill. 4v3. They're going to go A. The bomb's going to go down fast. Clutch with 1 on the Pew. Bomb is going to go down. 4v2 situation here. Dom trying to get a little bit of timing, but can't. Zyle gets Dom. Pappy goes down. Zyle in a 1v3 situation. And Palsy with the final kill as Kansas City finally gets around on the board. So, can we see Kansas City turn it around here going into this next map? Or going into this next round, I should say. We're going to hop on with Zyle, as he has kind of been the guy getting stuff done and started for Boston. See what he opts to do here. So he's going to go ahead and stun himself, and then he's going to nade mid. Not sure he's going to hit anything on either one, but he's going to start sitting on the barrels, sitting top garage. He's going to hit the window fast. Has no idea that somebody's top mid. Unfortunate timing for him. Number 2 gets through. No one realizes that the flank is coming. Dom gets 1, but Draco on the flank does get 1. Zyle trying to catch 1 on the bomb. Draco with 2. 2v3 situation. Number 7 could get some lucky timing. Not going to happen. Draco with another. Draco working on the ace for the round. Goes from 0 kills to 3 in 1 round. Fly gets 1. Trying to catch these guys. Broken up a little bit. He gets tags onto Draco. He's got to stay back his spawn. Fly trying to figure out where these guys are at. He knows there's got to be one here. Looking for Fly. Gonna challenge out, but it doesn't matter. Draco with the ace. Boston 3-1. Unfortunately, Jaws couldn't win that gunfight, but just like that, sets her teammate up for the ace. Can't ask for much more if you're Draco here. Especially going from being 0-0 to, or 0-1 to 4-1 in 1 round. But if you are Kansas City, you've got to start turning this around. You cannot let this map slip away from you. Clutch goes down to Fly's nade. Team nade, not a great way to start your round 5. But we'll see what they can do with it. Dom drops to Pew. Draco gonna sit mid. He's gonna give that call out. He's gonna back up. The bomb's gonna go down A. Fly goes down. And 1v4. Not gonna happen. Boston 4-1. Don't count him out, folks. Boston showing destroy it. Pulls out all of the stops. Zyle 6-3. We're gonna go ahead and hop over to Pew though going into this round. See what she can do. Kind of starting off on round 6. She's just going to shoot her gun once and then go ahead and start moving again. Happy is still sitting in the back of his spawn for some reason. Not entirely sure why. He is going to start moving here now as Kansas City is up in their spawn. Dom going to take down Draco, but Zyle going to get the trade out. Pew going to not check her corner. Clutch Freak gets 1. But Pappy right there for the trade. Clutch Freak going to go down. 2v2 situation. Number 5 is getting chased by number 3. Zyle going to kill Fly. All down to Palsy. Palsy by himself in a 2v1 situation. He's trying to keep his team still in this. He's going to turn around, take the gunfight. Can't do it. Boston 5-1. And 1 round away from series point win. Man, Boston just too strong for the search and destroy. It is just not going in Kansas City's favor. Can anyone stop him? Round number 7. Can we close it out in 7? Do it better than the Knicks do. I'm not a Knicks fan, but I thought I'd throw the joke out there. Anyway. Looks like Clutch trying to take some shots. Draco trying to stay alive. Carr goes out mid. Completely misses that player. Palsy goes down to Pew with the first bullet. Clutch gets the trade out onto Darko, though. Or Draco. Pew backing up to her spawn. Trying to heal up here a little bit. She's going to nade to the back. Fly going to have some help from a trophy. Clutch gets 2. They're still in it. Casey's still in it. Number 3 going to be coming off of his... Or Zyle coming off of his car. Trying to figure out how he's going to push this. All 3 spread out relatively thin. So no trade really going to be able to happen real fast on this. It's not going to matter. The Clutch Freak going to go down. Zao going to back up. 2v1 situation. They cannot keep splitting like this. KC, you've got to play a little bit tighter here. They're just going to... It looks like Zao's just going to play his life. He's going to play for his 6th streak. He's so close to a Hellstorm. He's just going to play his life. Play all the way back towards B. Trying to stay alive and just not giving up. He's going to catch one, though, sleeping. Zio with 1. He's only got to win a 1v1. 6 seconds left in the round. Not going to end up happening. He's having a hard time with the button, apparently. KC still alive. 5-2 Boston. Got to close the door here if you want to end up winning it. Don't give KC too much momentum. They might pull it out on you. Here we go. Gonna stay on with Xylas. He's on a 7 streak. Can Boston close it out here? Another car comes in. We're gonna hopefully see. Zyle goes down to Palsy. The streak finally ends, but they're gonna get aggressive. Pappy's gotta get off his car. Pappy goes down to Palsy. Palsy got aggressive, got the kill. Fly gets the kill as well. 3v1. Draco goes down. Kansas City 5-3. Not out of it yet. The streaks are coming out. They're trying to get aggressive on the streaks. It's just not working in their favor. Kansas City pulling it back. 5-3 now. Can't give up much. Lifeline sitting at 1 round away from a loss. Can't give anything up easy. But we are going to go ahead and hop on with Clutch. Been watching his POV quite a bit this search, but he's been doing it all. Been trying to do what he can in this respawn. Now trying to do in the search. He's going to spot 2. He's going to get up and out. Trying to keep his team in the game. He's got 2 to work with in mid. Palsy ends up nading himself. That's not a good start. Nate comes in. Blows up the van. Dom gets one into Draco. But it's a 3v3 with the bomb down. 30 seconds to go. You got to get a couple kills and get going. One does get through, though, to B. I don't think they know this. Fly takes 1. Fly gets 2. They got to look behind them. They got to look to their spawn. Number 3's got his flag. Zyle. They do pick it up, though, and that's it. Round 4 comes in favor. That's a 4th round. KC still in it. 2 rounds is all they need. They need one to go round 11. Are they starting to catch Boston slipping? Boston got a little too cocky, and now Kansas City taking advantage of it. Starting to Fly here. We're going to hop on with Fly. See what he can do on this round. Trying to push it to a round 11. They're still in it. Hyper aggression coming out of Boston as we have 2 pushing up this B side. Pew gonna try to push up into Music. Music gonna push up. She sees nothing. Gonna push back their spawn. Number 6 is waiting for this flank. Number 6 is waiting for it. He's gonna give the calm. Number 7's gotta play patient. Clutch Freak gets 1. Fly gets another. Clutch Freak and Fly. Total for 2. Now there's 1 back. There's 1. Number 8. Number 4 in a fight. It's Pappy and Palsy trying to take it on in A. Zyle sitting in the vents, trying to help his teammate. Palsy goes down to Pappy. It's a loss on their end. Pappy gets 2v2 situation. Pappy gets another. Pappy almost puts his ace here. Zyle goes down. All down to Pappy. All down to Fly. Fly doesn't win it. Boston pulls out the round 10 victory. Boston wins 6-4 map 5. 3-2 Boston take down Kansas City. What a way to end it. Pappy with the pistol finally takes down Fly after both of them run out of ammo. Kansas City gave it their all, but unfortunately just not enough. Congratulations, Boston, on a huge map 5 victory. Kansas City unfortunately couldn't pull it out. GG's in the chat. See y'all next week. Kansas City looking to turn it around. Boston getting their record back to neutral. Man, it's going to be a fun season. But guys, that's going to do it all for us here in the booth and here in the match. Thank you for stopping by. Catch y'all next week.